Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve Codeforces problem, big segment. Before we start looking the details of this problem and its solution, I want to mention that my channel is dedicated to help people who are preparing for Java J2 interviews and coding interviews. On my channel, you will find lot of helpful videos for your Java J2 interview preparation and for your coding interview preparation. There are over 200 solved coding problems which are taken from previously asked interview questions by Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many others. And those coding questions form important coding questions varieties such as graph problems, binary search tree problems, dynamic programming problems, as well as DFS, BFS, matrix problems. Coding interview questions related to linked list as well as strings are also covered. So you will get vast variety of problems for your coding interview preparation. So please subscribe to this channel. This channel can definitely help you in your job interview preparation. So please subscribe it. So let's take a look at the big segment problem statement. A coordinate line has n segments. The ith segment starts at the position Li and ends at Ri. We will denote such segment as Li-Ri. You have suggested that one of the defined segment covers all others. In other words, there is such segment in the given set which contains all the other ones. Now you want to test your assumption. Find the given set, the segment which covers all other segments and print its number. If such segment doesn't exist, then print -1. So basically they have given us segments and we have to find out a segment that can cover all other segments, right? So that's what the problem is. And let's look at what input is given to us. So n is the number of segments. So for example, the first one in this example 6. So there are 6 segments that they have given us, and then the next 6 lines for example are the description of the segments, right? So these are the 6 segments, as you can count 1 2 3 4 5 6, and these segments they have given us the left end and the right end of every segment, right? So let's take this example on the whiteboard here. So I just copied the input that they have given us here. So let's just plot that segments on a on a x-axis kind of line here, right? So let's say this is the axis and we have, let's say 1 to 10, right? So this is 0. This is, let me just write down here. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? So it will be easy to visualize once you understand the problem. So let's just go by like one by one in the given segment. So first segment is given as 1 to 5. So as you can see, this is 1 to 5. This is the first segment. The second segment is 2 to 3. So this one is the 2 to 3 segment, right? And third one is 1 to 10. So this segment is goes from 1 and it ends at 10. And then 7 to 10 is another segment. So as you can see, this is 7 to, sorry, so this is 7 to 10, right? Then the other one is 7 to 7, so it's just starts and end at same point. And 10 to 10, this also starts and end at same point, right? So starting and ending point is same basically for these two segments. So as you can see, this segments is the one which is covering all the segments, right? Because this is covered, like all other segments are within this bigger segment, right? 1 to 10. So we have to output 1 to 10, and this one is 1 to 3, right? So 3 is the third state segment, is the one which is the largest segment, and it is covering all other segments. So that's why we have to output 3. If you calculate, this is 1 2 and 3. So how we are going to solve this problem? So what we will do is we will go through each of these segment one by one, and we will keep capturing the minimum and maximum value that we have seen, right? So minimum value we will capture and maximum value we will capture, right? So as you can see, in all these segments the minimum value is 1, so we will get 1 as the minimum value once we go through all these segments, and maximum value we will get at 10 as 10, right? So after this is done, then we will capture like all these left values in one left array and right values in one right array, right? So after that we will go through all the left and right array uh, for all these 6 segments, and whenever we find a segment with minimum value 1 and maximum value 10, that is the segment that actually covers all other segment, right? That is the largest segment and it is covering all the segments. So this is the logic to solve the problem. So let's just go to the Java solution now. So once you understand this logic, then like it will be easy to code, right? So this is the input that is given to us. So n is number of segments, which is 6, and these are the segments that we have just saw here in this example, right? Same segments. So we will create one left end array, so it will capture all the left ends, right? Like 1 2, these are all the left ends, right? And then there is another array called as right end. It will capture the right end of every segment, like 5 3 10, like that. And we will just create two variables, mean and max, to capture the minimum value in all these segments and maximum value in all these segments, right? So we will just go through all these segments that are given to us here. We will read the values from this input array and we will just put that value into left end and right end, right, for each of the segment. And we will keep track of whatever mean value and max value we are finding, right? We will just use math.min for mean value, and we will just use math.max for capturing max value. So whenever we find any value which is like lesser than the minimum value, we will update the minimum. When we find a value which is more than maximum value, we will update the maximum. So as you can see, once we go through all these segments, we will find minimum value 1 and maximum value 10, right? So that's what we are doing here first. After that, we'll just create one variable called as result and assign it a -1 value. And then we will go through all these left end and right end arrays, right? 1 to n, basically from 0 to n we will go. And whenever we will keep checking if the left end is equal to minimum and right end is equal to maximum, right? That is the segment which is the biggest one, right? This one. This is the biggest segment. When we find minimum 1, maximum 10, then we will just capture that in our result variable, and we will add 1, right? Because now here we are using 0 based index, but we want to output 1 based index. So we'll add 1 into the I variable and we'll just print the result. So once we find a result, we'll just break it out the for loop, right? Because we already find the result, so we don't have to continue into the for loop. So let's just go ahead and execute this code snippet. So we are getting 5 here. So let's just take a look. So this is the example. So I think the example that we are trying is different example here. Yeah, I actually added 110 here because this is another example. So in this example, our maximum is occurring at 5th position, right? 110 is the maximum, as you can see. This is the maximum, right? 1 to 10. So the example that I was trying, it is at the 110, which is the largest segment, which covers all other segments, is appearing at the 5th position. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5th position. That is why we are getting 5 as our answer here. Let us take the same example that they have given us. So 1 5 2 3 110. So 1 5 2 3, then 110 is appearing third here, right? So we will just put it 110 here. We'll just make it same as what example they have given us. 7 10 7 7 10 10. So 7 10 7 7 10 10. So now this is the exact same example that they have given us. So let us just make sure that this also works. So we are getting correct answer 3 here for the example that they have given us. We will try one more example, which is a negative test case, the first one, right? So let's just update our input to what they have given us. So let's just make it 3 and 1 1 2 2 3 3, right? That's what they have given us. So let's just make it 1 1, then 2 2 and 3 3. So let's just format this one quickly. So now let's make sure that it's getting -1, which is correct answer, as you can see it. So both our test cases are passed. So this is the way we can solve the big segment problem on Codeforces. So what we did is we just first went through all these segments and we captured the minimum and maximum, and we also created our left and right array, right, left end and right end array. Then after we find minimum and maximum, we will again go through these segments one more time, and we will try to find out a segment which has the minimum value equal to the minimum that we find, and maximum value to the maximum value that we find, right? Once we find such a segment, that is the largest segment that is containing all other segments, so we will just output that segment. If you are new to my channel, you will find a Codeforces playlist on my channel, which has a lot of Codeforces solved coding questions explained with examples and Java code. You can go through it. Also, there is big playlist called as LeetCode and LeetCode solutions on my channel, which has a lot of LeetCode and LeetCode solved coding questions which were previously asked by Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, Apple, and many other big tech companies. Those are previously asked coding interview questions. Those are also like has a lots of different vast varieties is covered there. That includes BFS, DFS, matrix problems, linked list problems, string problems, as well as dynamic programming, and binary search trees, binary search related coding questions. All those different varieties is covered. That will be definitely helpful for you in your coding interview preparation. If you like this video, if you find this video helpful, and if you like it the way it's created using whiteboarding session and the Java code, then please give it a like. Also subscribe to the channel. Your subscription to the channel is really important for us, because that is the way the videos can reach to more people who need help in solving coding questions. They can watch these videos and learn how to approach different varieties of coding problems that appears in interview, and what data structures of Java and APIs of Java to be applied on different varieties of coding problems. Because the goal of the channel is to help as many people as possible in their coding interviews and in their Java J2 interviews, as well as telephonic interviews. So if you like this video, please give it a like. If you have any questions, put your questions below the description. I'm going to add this code in my GitHub account and going to give you the link in the description, so you can check it out, the Java solutions there. Also share this video with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching this video.